Hi, welcome back. Today I will take the new chapter and it is chapter number 7, a visit to Cambridge. A very courageous story it is, and you can see a big personality here, and we will know about him. What's his good name is? Stephen Hawking, a great scientist of his time, no doubt, and all over world he is known for his greatness. Actually, what happens, he suffered from a paralysis and he was confined. I mean, he was pushed on a wheelchair, and there he had to just continue his daily work. You can just imagine that how difficult task it was for him. A man who is completely paralyzed and unable to move, and he is pushed or placed on a wheelchair, and he will just hold over all his charges and his daily activities very smoothly. You can just realize that how difficult task it is. He had a punching button also on a computer, and which helps him to speak whatever he wants to say. He used to type on his computer and then punch his button to just speak with the others. He was in a great grief, you can say. Now here is a big personality again, and that is Fardas Kanga, a great writer of his time, and at the same time I will have to say a great journalist also, who lived in a Mumbai. And Ganga was born with what? A vital bone, no doubt, and that is why he was famous all over the India as well as in the other part of the world also. And now what happens, that it tends to break easily. When he was a child, the same accident took place and he was also moved around in a wheelchair. Now here Kanga just to visit Cambridge. What is that? He's just trying to convince us that Cambridge was my metaphor for England, and it was strange that when I left, it had become although something else. That if you get some experience, if you get some knowledge or some charging points, you will really feel something different in your life. And the same thing this Ganga also feeling when he came back from the Cambridge. It was on a walking tour. He just went on a tour there, uh, where the Cambridge, and that the guide mentioned a name there, and that name was Stephen Hawking. Poor man, he just naming that a poor man who is quite disabled. He is telling that he is disabled, he can't move or can't work properly, though he is worthy, no doubt. Lots of wealth he has, and he is a successful man, but then also he is telling that who chair he has at the university. And if you will talk about the name and the fame, he had a chair in what? At the university. The writer is telling that I started because I had quite forgotten that this most brilliant, there was a no, he was just missing this name from his mind. But as soon as he was able to know this peculiar or popular person, he was really very influence or eagerness he had in himself to just meet there. And brief history of a time, one of the biggest bestseller ever lived here, and he is telling that he has to choose or he has to make a trip to him to see him. When the walking tour was done, almost the tour was going to be over. What he done? He made a call there. Where the call was? It was Stephen Hawking's house. There was his assistant. The phone who just received was Stephen's what? Assistant. And on the line, and I told him that at least please give me 10 to half an hour to just talk with him. So he's fixing an appointment with whom? With Stephen. And suddenly I felt weak all over. Growing up, the story is starting now, that what happened with him. You get fed up with the people. He is telling that he was really feeling if some accident just occurs with you, and each and every one the visitors comes to you and ask you that what happened, and the same story if you are repeating once and once again, you will really feel fed up. And the same thing is happening there, and it was making what? Discourage to him. The only thing that makes you strong is saying somebody like you. If you are the sufferer, you also see the another sufferer, you will feel little bit what? Strength in yourself. That I am not alone there. And the same thing happens there also. Now I will take the page number 48 here. And what is that? That is, I haven't been brave, said disembodied computer voice. Now the Stephen was unable to talk something, so he just made a point there and just pressed the button of the computer, and he told that I haven't been brave. Surely I wanted to say living creatively with the reality of this integrating body was a choice. Now he is mentioning there that I don't have any choice there, that how to handle, and I have to stay in my own position. Every so open to his, now when he is talking to him, he is seeing that he is totally frustrated and feeling very weak, because his eyes are just sitting, and he was able to know all these things because he was sitting just opposite to him. Thank you. I will keep up till here.